Alright guys, what's going on? This is your old pal CHH. It's been a long journey. This Nightmare on Elm Street home video stuff has been just plain out ugly, quite frankly. If you're a big Elm Street fan, like I am, it's just watching every other franchise, including Friday the 13th, which has some of the biggest legal issues in the world with, that script lawsuit that came into effect a few years ago with Victor and Sean. It's just been diabolical. Yet that got a complete Scream Factory box set, and here we are waiting for something from Elm Street. Well, there is some sort of good news here. Now, this isn't I'm not coming here to say, okay, it's happening, but it looks like really this could legitimately be our year. So just to recap a few things, I'm going to show you this article I just read. This is a real website. This is nothing fake. People have been sending me this all day the last couple days, so I figured let's talk about it. So, one thing I want to add was a few years ago, somebody that I'm very close to who had a friend who was legitimately working on stuff for Scream Factory here and there told me that there was a time where they were working on special features for Elm Street, and unfortunately they were told to stop. That's what I was told, and that was pre-COVID at this point. So it's been a number of years, so nothing's happened on the front with that in quite some time. With that being said, though, there has been starts and stops. People have been wondering what's going to happen, and each year just seems to go by and we get no answers. So, of course, naturally, with this being 2024, I think we all assume, okay, this is the 40th anniversary of Elm Street, and it's not like Warner Brothers doesn't not release Elm Street. They clearly keep the Blu-ray box set in stock still, and last year, which I think was the 100th year for Warner Brothers, they put out a DVD box set of A Nightmare on Elm Street, which was basically a reused DVD box set. The box set was like kind of that red one with the artwork where it was 1 through Freddy versus Jason. I don't even think it had the remake in it, but they had a brand new slipcover for it. It was the Warner Brothers 100 thing, and it was Nightmare on Elm Street. You would open it up, and there was pictures from all the films throughout the years. So it's not like they're not reviewing or releasing stuff for Elm Street, but it's just they were not doing anything new, which is the big issue. We all want something new. So everybody started sending me stuff from this article, this website, and I'm going to pull it up on screen and we're going to read it. And this is very, very good news. So this is a website called thedigitalbits.com, which I looked it over. I mean, this is a legit website. So basically, on this website, The Digital Bits, they had on Monday basically news for physical media, new releases, and they go over companies like MVD, Scream Factory, Warner Brothers, Paramount, RLJ Entertainment. They go over all the stuff that's getting announced that's supposed to be coming up. And as I was going through this, they were talking about stuff that was coming out for Scream Factory. They mentioned how the Faculty's coming out, which we've talked about the Faculty and stuff like that, so we know that was coming out. RLJ is putting out Brawl in Cell Block 99, which is an incredible film. That movie's really good. If you haven't seen Brawl in Cell Block 99, guys, it's the real deal. So this is where things get interesting. Okay, so let's read this together, because this is going to be something I think is going to be a very much interest to you. Warner Brothers Discovery Home Entertainment and DC Studios will release Doom Patrol, the 4th and final season, and Doom Patrol, the complete series, on Blu-ray and DVD on April 9th, okay? And here's something that's been submitted by a few different Bits readers today. So, okay, this is stuff that people that are readers of the digitalbits.com are emailing into the company or the website. Warner Brothers Discovery Home Entertainment has been polling members of their A-list email newsletter for their interest in which catalog films might like to see remastered. That is a very important thing right there. Remastered, okay? So that's something of interest. Let me stop for a second, because that's what this whole thing is about. It's not just about getting another Blu-ray set for Elm Street and putting like a nice package on. We want stuff remastered. We want these movies to be seen in a higher quality. So that's very important. I just wanted to stop and make sure you guys understand that's what's so important about this article, because if that wasn't in here, I don't even think I would have done a video on this. Let me continue. Warner Bros. Discovery Home Entertainment has been polling members of their A-list email newsletter for their interest in which catalog films might like to see remastered for release in 4K Ultra HD. That's even more important because we're not just talking about Blu-ray, but we're talking about upscaling. Among those titles polled are Blade 2 and Blade 3, which is, cool. I like Blade 2 a lot. That was Guillermo del Toro, wasn't it? Caddyshack, the Conjuring films, which seemed kind of weird to me, but I guess none of those have been released on 4K besides maybe the third Conjuring film. I don't even know if it did. I'm assuming if that did, it would be because the format was kind of taking a hold better by that point. I think the Conjuring came out before 4K was even a thing. Dances with Wolves, Dirty Harry, Friday, the Lethal Weapon films. This is what's really interesting to me. The Nightmare on Elm Street films, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and the Terminator films. Some of those are obvious releases on the format and some less so, but I think most of these titles will be welcomed by the fans. Note that the Terminator is also almost certain to be released in 4K Ultra HD before the year is out, given that the film celebrates its 40th anniversary in 2024. Thanks to all the readers who submitted this, it's good to know that Warner is still interested in releasing more catalog titles on the format. Okay, so the reason I wanted to do a video about this, because I don't try to just make videos basically with nothing to say. I just found this article very telling from the Digital Bits, because this is not fans emailing, I'm blind, guys, I can't see anything. This is not fans emailing Warner Brothers saying, hey, we want a Nightmare on Elm Street movies on 4K Ultra HD, and Terminator sounds great. This is actually Warner Brothers asking their parishioners, their A-list email people, basically people that I guess, I don't know exactly what that is. I'm hoping somebody sees this video and can give me a little bit more information on what exactly the A-list email newsletter, members of the A-list email newsletter, I'm assuming those are people that they have to sign up. You have to sign up for something like that, right? So I find it very telling and very interesting that it's Warner Brothers asking the people what they want. And I would have to assume there'd be an overwhelming majority saying the Elm Street films. I need to know how to get onto this A-list email so I can make my voices heard. Guys, so I think this is a really good sign. And if I had to place a bet at this moment in time, I definitely would say that this is going to be our year. This is going to be our year. I like the fact that it mentioned Elm Street films and 4K UHD and remastered. That's what's so important about this article. I want to stress that big time. Like I said, if it wasn't those words, those key words, I wouldn't want to talk about this today. And I don't want to give false hope, but I really don't think this is. I think guys, I think this could be it, the year. So that's really exciting news. I'm going to find out how to sign up for this A-list email thing to hope and pray that I can get asked about this in an email form so I can make my voices heard. And if anybody knows, please drop it down below. So guys, that's where we're at. So on one hand, you could say, well, of course this is the year. It's 2024 and we've got Elm Street. Its 40th anniversary this year. And of course, that's a safe assumption, but I think with that being a part of it now too, things are really looking up. So that's what this video is about, guys. This is your old pal CHH. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it if you have not yet, and drop a comment below. Tell me what you hope for in 2024. Is part 1 good enough, or should we just remaster all the films in a 4K box set? It's interesting. Warner Brothers doesn't seem to go over and above for a lot of releases. A lot of it last year seems like pretty standard stuff, which isn't the end of the world. But who knows, guys? Maybe Warner is seeing, the market for 4K and cataloging big name titles. It makes a lot more sense for them to do that than to just try to put stuff out on 4K of new movies, I would say. There are titles that are criminal that they aren't on yet, like the Terminator and Caddyshack as well. Just it's kind of silly that they haven't been brought to the highest picture quality yet. So hopefully this year will be a step in the right direction, not only for Elm Street, but for Warner Brothers in general. So guys, that's the news. I hope that lifts your spirits a little bit in terms of hoping that we'll get something this year with Elm Street. I think this is going to be our year, guys. So there you go. Thank you for watching. This is your old pal CHH. Take care, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.